Welcome to Genesis Learning. I'm your trainer, Noel. I'm sure you might have heard this term, thank you, a lot of different times. It can be from your relatives, it can be from your friends, or from many different people. And let's face it, the most common response would also be, you're welcome. Very good. It's a good response, it's a standard response. However, let's not forget, variety is the spice of life. There is no harm in trying out some new expressions to sound more like a native speaker. In today's video, that's what we are going to do. We are going to avoid repeating the same phrases like you're welcome or welcome, and we are going to learn something new. Let's start learning. Alright, so let's firstly start with some formal ways that you can do. The first thing is, the pleasure is mine, or my pleasure, or simply pleasure. You can use any of these three different phrases. They all mean the same thing. This is probably the most formal and gracious option on my list today. You are telling the other person that whatever favor they've done for you, you truly enjoyed it and you're grateful for it. Simply this much. So suppose someone says something and, hey, thank you so much for helping me in my assignment. You can say, the pleasure is mine, or my pleasure, or simply pleasure. Whichever you want, you can use. The second one that you can use is, don't mention it. That's right. This is a slightly more relaxed way of saying you're welcome than the first one. Okay? You don't have to just keep saying anything in a stressful way. If someone says something to you, just say, don't mention it, in a nice way, okay? An example sentence that you can use is, suppose someone is saying, thank you so much for helping me out with my household chores. You can say, don't mention it. That's fine. The next one is, happy to help. If someone is thanking you for a service or a favor, then all you have to do is, instead of saying you're welcome, just say happy to help. Okay, let's try an example sentence. If someone says, hey, thank you so very much for bringing that bottle of water for me, you can say happy to help. The next one is one of my favorite, no worries. This is very common in places like Australia and New Zealand, but it is used in many places. I remember when I was in UK, this is something that I really heard a lot. Let's say, for example, someone says, hey, thank you for typing out that letter for me. And you can say, no worries. Okay, now this is not just formal, but it's got a little bit of casual touch as well. So just be careful where you use it. The next thing is anytime. Now this is a nice response to use in a friendly conversation because it implies that you would be happy to perform that same thing or that same favor once again. So let's take an example sentence. It says, thank you for making me a fantastic dinner. And you can say, anytime. Before we jump on to the informal ones, if you've learned something new, then all you have to do is hit that like button and let us know. Okay, so here we go. The first thing, or the first informal one is, it was nothing. This comment is also a very good response actually when someone is thanking you a lot. So rather than saying, yeah, okay, you can just say, oh, it was nothing. So if someone says, for example, oh, you have helped me out in my assignment so much, I don't know what I would have done without you, etc., etc., you can just say, it was nothing. Simple, right? The next phrase is, not a problem, no problem, or sure, no problem. You see, this is more of a very casual phrase that you can use, and if someone says or thanks you for something, you can use it. Let me give you an example sentence. Suppose someone says, hey, thank you so very much for lending me that money. It was very, very helpful. And you can say, not a problem, or no problem. The next one, I like this one very much and I've been using it quite a lot these days. It is, I know you'd do the same. It is you, it's a short form for you would do the same. You'd say you'd, you with an apostrophe D. If someone is really a good friend and you've just helped them out with something, so they would be very happy about it. And you can just say, I know you do the same. Let me give you an example sentence. Say, suppose your friend says, hey, thank you so much for driving me all the way up to here. So you can say, I know you do the same. That's it. The next is, no thank you. What is that? Well, if someone has invited you, say for example for a party, and they are telling you, hey, thank you so much for coming, you can say, please, no thank you. As simple as that. Okay, now this is very informal, so please be careful where you use it. The next one is, it was the least I could do. Now this is a phrase that is very sweet and shows a very high level of being thankful. So if someone says, for example, hey, thank you so very much for being such a lovely host, or thank you so very much for helping me cook today's dinner. So you can just say, it was the least I could do. And now, since you stuck around for so long, let me just give you some quick bonus phrases. Okay, if you want to say something formally, you can just say, you are most welcome. Now, here's the thing. If you are going for the informal way, then you can say, you are very welcome. Any of these can be used. Alright, so thank you so very much for sticking around for so long in this short video actually. And if you are serious about your goals and you want to learn something with us, all you have to do is log on to our website, drop us a quick query, and we'll get back to you. You can also use the contact form that is used in the comment section below, and just drop in your details and one of us will definitely get back to you. If you are still not a member of our YouTube community, then you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and join us. Feel free to check out some of our other videos. Until we meet again, this is your tutor, Noel, wishing you a fantastic day ahead. Ciao.